Hi guys, thanks for watching. Today we'll be talking about 4 techniques to use the masking tool in Premiere Pro that can give your videos an extra touch. For those that don't know what masking is, masking basically allows you to add effects on a specific area or section of your footage or merge clips into one. So let's get started. Number 1. Removing objects. Let's say you're working with existing footage and you're limited to what you got. For example, on this video you probably don't want the subject on the clip, and we just like the landscape. What can you do? Well, you can remove the subject. First, head over to the effect control panel and create a mask under opacity. I'll use the ellipse tool just because the shape will work for this example. Next, I'll keyframe the mask path and make it follow the subject from the starting point till the end. You'll see an oval shape follow the subject. Now feather the mask a lot, and if you start to see that the feathering is going over your subject, expand the mask. Once that's settled, head down and click inverse to inverse it. You'll see that everything's visible except for the subject. Next, duplicate the layer and put it on top of the other. Now select the bottom layer and delete the mask. It looks like we have done nothing to the footage, but that will change. As you can see, the top layer controls the whole scene, while the bottom layer controls only your footage. Now, to make it work, use the slip tool or Y on your keyboard to move the bottom footage forward or backwards. Some of you might have trouble using the slip tool. To make it work, cut some of the footage from the beginning or from the ending. Once you have done that, you have removed your subject successfully. This might work or may not, depending on the type of footage you're working with. Number 2. Merging clips. This will be the second masking technique we'll be looking at. This technique can be used in a lot of creative ways. It's up to you on what you'll use it for. So I want to combine these 2 clips. I want the sky from this clip to replace the sky in this clip. The first thing I'll do is put the second clip on top of the other clip. Now head over to the opacity section and select the pen tool. Now we'll create a path mask over the mountains. For this I'll zoom in closely because we have to be precise. I'll fast forward it to save some time. As you can see, we created a mask that gets rid of the sky, but we want to see the other part of the mask. What we need to do is invert it. Now we can see the other sky. You can readjust it to make it feel like it's part of the clip. Number 3. 3D text. When you mask your text, we can give it a great sense of depth by making it feel like your text is actually in the actual world of your clip. For example, in this clip there's a horse going across the screen. If we add a mask around the text, it will not be affected and it will remain the same. If we want it to disappear, making it look like the horse is covering it when it passes by, to achieve that, the only thing you have to do is keyframe the mask's path. As you move it forward, make sure to line up the edges of the mask to the subject you're working with. Do this until it's completely covered. If you add a small feather mask, it will make it look a lot better. Number 4. Isolating effect. This technique is used to isolate certain parts of an area within your clip, to add an effect that would only affect that specific area. In this example, let's say we want to color correct or make her face brighten up more, to make her the focal point. That's why we must only apply this effect to her face and not the whole scene. Let's start by going into the Lumetri color panel and increasing the exposure and highlights a bit. Now we can see that the light has changed in the whole scene. Let's select the pen tool under opacity and create a mask around her face. It doesn't have to be precise, but do feather it a bit to make it fit better. As you can see, the effect is working, but there's one issue, and that is that she's moving. But don't worry, Premiere Pro is good at tracking faces. Let's click on this button here and Premiere will start to recognize and move along her face. This might take a bit long, so I'll fast forward it again. Now we can see the difference. If I remove the effect, there's no change, but with the effect, it looks much better. Alright guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to get notifications. Until next time.